What's up? I am muchellebyt and this is a video on how to get super motivated to get things done. I'm really digging the clappy thing lately. I get so many requests for this type of video because motivation is something that so many people struggle with, and if you have little strategies that you can fall back to with motivation, I find that it just flows. So here are 9 tips to get yourself motivated to get things done. So my first tip is to take one tiny step forward. So you know when you start cleaning one area of your room and all of a sudden you're loading the dishwasher and you're scrubbing the bathroom sink? Because as soon as you took one step forward, you started cleaning that one part of your room, it sets you off and it pushes you to just keep on moving, keep on doing that thing. My second tip is to set your environment up for success. If you're trying to motivate yourself to film YouTube videos, keep your little filming setup in the corner of your room at all times. That way you don't have to set it up each time. If you want to motivate yourself to drink water every morning, have a water bottle beside your bed ready for you when you wake up. You want to go to yoga every morning, put your clothes and your yoga mat out right at the front door. The more closely your environment is aligned to help you work towards your goals, the easier it will be for you to motivate yourself to get things done. My third tip is to create rituals. You don't need to motivate yourself to brush your teeth every morning, and that's because it's a ritual. If you ritualize whatever task it is that you have to do, make it a habit. Create time in your day that is non-negotiable for you to do that specific thing. You won't need to rely on motivation. A really helpful video if you're interested in ritualizing making habits is my video on how to build and keep good habits. I'll link that in the description below. My fourth tip on getting motivated to get things done is to create an errands list. If you separate your to-do list into a things to do and an errands list, you'll find that when you're out and about, you'll start ticking off your errands just super quickly. A good example of how an errands list will get you motivated is you walk into a shopping center, you go to the nail salon and you say, hey, I want an appointment. They say, sorry, no, you'll have to wait 15 minutes. You whip out your phone, you have your errands list right there, and one of your tasks that you need to get done is get a key cut. So you go to the key cutting store right over there, get your key cut, return, and get your nails done with no motivation required at all. My next tip for you to get motivation, get things done, is to leave yourself hanging. So if you've just started doing whatever it is that you want to do, for example, going on a run, and you hit a high and you're like, yes, I could run forever. Stop running. Leave yourself hanging. I find that whenever you do this, you stop yourself at a point where you're like, yeah, I could keep doing this for 5 hours. The next day you're amped and you're ready to do the thing. My next tip is to bet on it. There are a lot of quotes, for example, this one that I recently put on my Instagram, and there are a lot of scientific studies that have been done to show that people prefer not to lose something that they already have over gaining something that they don't have. So use that fear that we instinctively have to lose out on something by placing a bet of $500 with a friend. If you don't quit smoking or keep up your writing habit, you will give your friend $500. Tip number 7 is plan your to-dos. If you want to be motivated but you don't know exactly what for, change that by writing a to-do list the night before. If you're not a to-do list person, as you're going to bed, visualize yourself getting the things that you want to do done. My next tip is to limit the things that you do. If I write a big list of 20 things to get done, I spend my whole day task switching, spending time on things that I don't need to be spending time on, and naturally I get the least important things on the list done first. If I write down one thing that I absolutely must get done and 2 things that I would really love to get done, it's a lot more manageable and a lot easier for me to motivate myself to do those things. And my last tip is to concentrate on one goal. This is more about your overarching goals. If you're juggling 10 goals in all the different areas of your life and you're finding that you're not making any significant progress on any of them, it's maybe time to start thinking about culling down your goals to just a select few. I find if you're concentrated on one goal, you have one thing in your mind that you want to achieve for the next 3 months or 1 month or whatever, you will find it so much easier to achieve that one thing than if you juggle the 5 goals and you end up dropping them all. I'd love to hear from you guys what you do to get yourself motivated when you're just feeling in a slump or you just can't get yourself to do anything for your goals. Leave your ideas and suggestions in the comments down below. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, do that. It's linked in the description. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you so very much, and I will see you soon.